Good day, yogis. Welcome to Chair Yoga with Brooke Blankenship. Let's get started by sitting back in our chairs, backs pressed against the back of the seat, feet gently placed on the floor, bringing the shoulders up to the ears and then drawing them down the back, relaxing everything, and then gently closing down the eyes. Giving ourselves a moment to adjust to our new environment, come into the space that is our yoga mat and our chair in the yoga classroom. Gently opening back up the eyes. We're going to start with some simple neck stretches today. So being very gentle with ourselves, as our necks are definitely some very tender muscles. So I want you to start by taking the left hand and pretending like it is hovering over an invisible table. We're going to take the right ear and drop it towards the right shoulder. Immediately by doing that, we should feel our muscles and tendons in the side of the neck really start to fire up. You can bring your fingertips to the edge of the skull and gently massage down towards the collarbones. You can also move the position of the hand to really get in and feel different parts of the neck. So explore what feels best in your body. Breathing into it, of course. And then before you come out, I want you to take your right hand and cradle your head back up to neutral. Excellent job. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bringing that right hand down, hovering it above your imaginary table, and then allowing that left ear to fall towards the shoulder. So finding where that feels best in your body, okay? So moving that hand around, changing the position of the arm, maybe bringing the left fingertips up to the neck, and massaging gently from the base of the skull down the neck towards the shoulders and the collarbones. Breathing into it. Excellent job. We're going to bring that hand back up to the side of the face, cradle the head back up. Excellent job. And just shaking out those shoulders a little bit. Excellent. So we're going to stretch through the front of the chest now and also the back of the heart. So bringing your hands, interlacing them together, and we're going to bring those hands behind the head. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up those elbows. Yes, pull your shoulder blades together, pull your elbows away from each other, and open up through the heart. Maybe even taking the gaze up towards the ceiling. Breathing into the stretch. And then coming back forward. Now we're going to bring those elbows together towards one another. And then you're going to let the chin drop towards the chest. Gently, gently applying some pressure to the back of the head and stretching through the back of the neck, the back of the heart, the back of the shoulders. Nice big breaths in and out through the nose. Coming back up to center, back up to neutral, and keeping your hands right where you are. We're going to scoot the body forward a little bit, and we're going to add in some sides on here, okay? So stretching through the sides. So making sure that our heels and our knees are in line with one another. We're going to stretch to the left, stretching that right elbow up towards the sky. Oh, big stretch through that armpit. And then release back to center. Now to the other side. So we're going to point that left elbow up towards the sky, stretching open through the armpit, the shoulder, and the side body. Breathing into the stretch. And back up through center. Again, to the other side. Lifting up that elbow. Looking up towards the ceiling maybe. Breathing into the stretch. Back up through center and switch sides again. And back through center. Last time, both sides, sticking that right elbow up towards the sky. And switch. Back up through center, releasing those hands down, rolling out the shoulders. Other direction. Excellent job. coming forward in your seat. So you're almost to the edge of your seat. We are going to do dancing cat. So taking the hands on the knees, we're going to take a big breath in, pull the chest forward, round through the back, and then lift one foot up. So one knee comes up towards the face. Back down, inhale. Exhale, round and lift the right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep moving with your own breath. Really stretching through the front and back bodies. A few more here. And then coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to go right into our salutations to the sun. Salute to the sun. Here we go. Hands down by our side, pushing our feet into the ground, standing tall in our mountain pose. Inhaling the arms up, looking up at the hands. Folding, diving forward towards the toes. Halfway lift, flatten the back. Fold. Rise back up. Hands to the heart. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to heart. Inhale. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to heart. Inhale. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to heart. Inhale. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way up. Hands to heart. You're almost there, yogis. You got this. Inhale. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way up. Hands to the heart. Excellent. Excellent job. Press those thumbs into your heart. Close your eyes. Can you feel that life force beating hot and heavy beneath those thumbs? It's there. You just woke it all up. All right, so we're gonna let our body cool down from those salutations. That was awesome job, guys. Good job keeping up. Bringing that left knee in towards the chest, giving it a big squeeze, big breath in. And then folding that ankle over the knee. So we're gonna fold over that folded left leg. Maybe you just sit up nice and tall, nice and straight. And maybe you intensify the sensation by leaning forward, breathing into that hip, keeping this foot flexed. Both feet are flexed. Your foot on the ground is flexed because it's on the ground. But this one, don't let it be wobbly. Flex that one too to protect your knee, okay? And then breathe into that stretch happening all through the left hip. Rising back up, if you're folded over the knee, we're gonna fold cross that leg all the way over. I'm gonna take my right hand to the outside of my knees and then grab the chair with my left hand. I'm gonna take a big breath in, get really tall and long in the spine, and then twist and look towards the back left of the room. Untwisting, coming back through center, uncrossing, and we're gonna recross on the other side. But first, bringing that knee into the chest, big breath in, cross it over. So folding over, sitting up nice and straight, or if you'd like to intensify the sensation, folding over the bent right leg. Remembering to keep both of the feet flexed, especially your top leg, to protect your knee. Breathing into that hip wherever you are. Rising back up, crossing that right leg all the way over. Taking your left hand to the outside of the knees, grabbing hold of the chair with the right. Taking a big breath in, getting really tall and long in the spine. And then twisting and looking towards the right back of the room. Untwisting, coming back around through center, uncrossing, and we're going to move to standing now. Coming to the left side of our chairs, we're going to come into triangle pose. So setting ourselves up, we want our left toes facing the front of the room, okay? And our right toes are going to be facing probably towards the right side of the room, okay? So we're going to use our chair here to help us bend forward into our triangle pose and really get into the stretch here, okay? So I'm going to give you a few different options. One is just leaning down over the thigh like this, feeling that stretch that's happening through both hips, okay? So it's happening through the front of this hip, of our right hip, and then also through the side of our left hip and through the front of our left hip and through the side of our left hip and glute, okay? So that's step one. Step two is bringing your hand down to the base of the chair, and then once you feel comfortable and steady, maybe reaching those right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Lowering that hand back down to the edge of the chair. We're going to put a bend into that front leg and then coming back up, okay? So now we're going to come into our warrior two pose, reaching the arm out, using our chair for support. Straightening through that front leg, we're going to flip our palm and reverse our warrior. Coming back into our warrior two, bending that knee, reaching forward. And then flipping the palm, straightening the knee, coming back into our warrior, our reverse warrior. Lowering that hand back down again. Heel toeing those feet back together. And we're going to come to the other side. So starting out with our triangle pose. We're going to bring those right toes forward just next to the front of the chair, maybe a little bit forward of the chair. Our left toes are going to be facing the left side of the room, okay? I'm using my left hand to support me as I find what feels best in my body. Maybe I'm staying here, pressing my hand into my thigh for support. Maybe I can bring my fingertips down to the edge of the chair and then using that support, lift my left fingertips up towards the sky. Excellent job. We're going to come now into a warrior two. So I'm going to bend through this front knee, making any adjustments in our legs that we need to. I'm grabbing hold of the back of the chair with my left hand. My right fingertips are going to come out in front of me. I'm taking my gaze out over my middle finger, and breathing into the strength that is happening in our bodies through this pose. Excellent job. We're going to straighten that front leg now, flip our palm, and reverse our warrior. Feeling that stretch through the front hip, especially now. Coming back into our warrior two. Flipping that palm, straightening and coming into our reverse warrior again. Releasing the pose, turning the feet back to face the chair, and then heel toeing those feet back in together. Coming now back around to the back side of the chair, we're going to come into goddess squats. So taking those feet nice and wide, the toes going out towards the corners of the room. We're going to grab the back of the chair with both hands, and we're going to bend the knees to squat down. Yes, lowering that pelvis towards the ground, taking a big breath in, and then letting it come back up. Again, goddess squat. Breathing in and out. Bend in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Great job, yogis. A few more. In, out, in, and out. Excellent job. So we're going to lift our heel on the left side, bending that knee and lifting the heel up, dropping it back down. Lifting the heel, bending the knee on the right side, dropping it back down. Lift and bend, drop, lift and bend, drop, lift and bend, drop. Last time. Lift and bend, drop. All right, heel toe those feet back together. Coming to the left side of our chair, we have come to the balancing portion of our class. We are going to come into tree pose. Everybody's favorite, I know. So coming onto the back half of your chair, I'm going to ground down through my right foot. I'm going to take my left toes and pop them out to the side, pointing my toes toward the left side of the room. Then I'm going to drag my foot in so that the bottom of my foot is pressing in to my inner ankle, okay? So it's pressing into the inside of my ankle, and as I do that, my knee goes from here to here. That's right, we're stretching that hip as we practice our tree pose. So using your chair for support, staying here, or raising that foot to the inside of the calf, okay? Staying here or growing the tree branches on the left side. Pressing that foot, keep pressing the bottom of that foot into the inside of the leg. Calf raises if you desire to do them. Coming up on the toes, lowering back down. Rising up, lowering down. Rising up, lowering down. Rising up, lowering down. Keep pushing that foot in. Rising up, lowering down. Last time. Rising up, lowering down. Let everything go. Dance and shake it out. Excellent job. Over to the other side. So now we're going to ground down through our left foot. Our right toes are going to come out to the side. I'm going to use my chair for support and steady myself. And then I'm going to pull those toes in, kickstand them right next to the inside of my ankle, okay? As I do that, pressing the foot into the ankle, I'm going to open up that hip. Staying here or growing your tree, maybe challenging your balance a little bit more today. Pressing that foot in and opening that knee out to the side, turning on the right hip. Staying here or growing the right tree limbs. Breathing into the pose. And then if you so desired on the other side, please do so on this side. Otherwise you're going to have one mega calf and one not, okay? So inhaling up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Woo! Great job, yogis. Let it all out. Shake it all out. Yowzas, that was good. All right, dance it out. Shake out those legs and those feet. And then we are going to come back to seated on our chairs. This time we are going to turn our entire bodies towards the left side of the room, okay? Our left foot is going to stay on the floor. Our right leg is going to come down to the side in front of the chair, okay? So I'm gonna hold on to the back of the chair, however that is comfortable for me, and we're going to stretch through our quadriceps here, okay? Stretching through our quadriceps. So I want you to reach back and see if you can grab your ankle or your heel, okay? If you can grab your heel, then you're going to pull your heel towards your buttocks, turning on this quadricep right here in the front, okay? If you cannot grab your heel, you can try to grab the edge of your pants, or you can take the top of your foot and you can press the top of your foot into the ground. Ah, feel that muscle? Yeah. Feel that hip firing up? Oh yeah, yogis, feeling so good. Okay, so breathing into the stretch. Excellent job releasing that knee, that foot, dancing it out. And then I want you to cross your right leg all the way over your left, okay? I'm gonna turn and face the back of the chair now. So you're gonna take your hands and put them on either side of the chair. Take a big breath in through the spine, and then turn and face the back of the room. And unwinding, coming back through center, and we're going to come to the other side. So again, we're going to press through our right foot this time to the right side of the room. Our left leg is going to come so that we can bend it, okay? So taking our steps here, maybe we can reach back and we can grab that ankle, okay? If you can grab that ankle, still work on flexing that foot. You're gonna feel that fire up. Grab the back of the pants if you can, okay? And it's also another way that you can do it. And if all else fails, we're gonna take that knee, bend it as much as we can, and press the top of the foot into the floor, okay? Pressing the top of the foot into the floor. Excellent job, yogis. Coming back up, releasing it, dancing it out, and then we're going to cross that leg all the way over. Taking our hands to the back of the chair, taking a big breath in, getting really tall and long in the spine, and then turning and looking towards the back of the room. Releasing, unwinding. We're gonna take this leg out back behind us now, okay? So using our chair for support and then reaching back, coming up And then folding forward. Coming back together, moving the bottom to the edge of the seat, bringing the hands to the knees. We're going to drop one elbow at a time to the floor. So dropping that left elbow, bending the elbow, dropping the left shoulder, coming back up. Dropping the right and up. Left and up. Right and up. Left and up. Right and up. Left and up. Right and up. Excellent job. So moving ourselves to the opposite side now. We're going to do that last stretch one more time. Okay, so taking the hand, sliding it down, using your hand here, and then reaching up, stretching through the front body, the obliques. And then folding back over the front leg, the forward leg. Rising back up, turning around towards the center of our mat once more. We're going to bring our feet hip width distance and come into our folded leg stretch. So bringing your left ankle up over your right knee. We're going to set ourselves up either sitting up nice and tall and breathing into that left hip, or using our chair to allow us to sink a little deeper into the pose. Rising back up if you're bent over, and crossing that left leg all the way over the right, coming into our final twist of the class. We are going to bring our right hand to the outside of our knee, grab the chair with your left hand, big breath in, get really tall and long in the spine, and then turning and looking towards the left back corner of the room. Unwinding, coming back through center and to the other side. So left or right leg comes over left. We're going to sit up nice and tall, grabbing the back of the chair and finding your version of this pose. What feels best in your body, going there and breathing. Rising back up, crossing the ankle all the way over, bringing the left hand to the outside of the knee, grabbing hold of the back of the chair, big breath in, and twist. back through center, unwinding, finding any last movements that you need to before setting yourself up for our final resting pose of class. So making sure that the back is pressed into the back of the chair, your feet are comfortably seated on the floor, knees and heels most likely should be in one line, taking any extra pressure off of anything that in the body. Lifting those shoulders up to the ears, putting on your earrings, and then dropping them down our back, closing down the eyes and allowing everything to be heavy. Allowing the earth to support you. Allowing the body to just be calm and quiet for a few moments. Trust the morning. I arrived in Sedona late at night, after 10 o'clock. Motel offices were closed everywhere I went. The signs flashed, no vacancy. I hung around the convenience store for a while trying to figure out what to do, having second thoughts about spontaneity and trusting the universe. I regretted not having an itinerary. I was too tired to drive much longer. I no longer cared if my journey was magical. It was back to basics. I wanted to sleep in a bed that night. I bought the daily paper and spotted an ad for a lodge. I called the number, but no luck. I got in my car wondering what to do. On the edge of town, I saw a motel with lights on in the office and a person behind the desk. I went inside and pestered the girl behind the desk for help. She finally relented, telling me of a little-known hotel about an hour away. She lived close by, she said. I could follow her there. An hour later, I gratefully checked into a room. I couldn't find the heat, but I did have a bed, a pillow, and a blanket. The next morning, I discovered I was staying on the edge of a dry, dusty golf course. The area was surrounded by low, barren hills, barely covered with shrubs. I headed the car toward Sedona, still tired, still wondering why I was there. My car rounded a curve. Suddenly, I was surrounded by spiraling red mesas, shaped by nature into forms of bells, cathedrals, and carved towers reaching to the sky. The sunlight danced on the rusty red sculptures, lighting them with an orange-yellow glow. I smiled at the breathtaking view, grateful the experience had unfolded as it had. Sometimes the darkness and loneliness of night make the color and beauty of the sunrise and the new day all that much more beautiful. Contrast is an important part of creativity. Our Creator knows that. So does your heart. Things look different in the morning. Trust that the morning will come. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, slowly bringing movement back into the body. Reaching the arms up overhead and maybe letting out a big sigh or yawn. And then bringing your hands to your heart center. The light in me loves and honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. Namaste.